the creature has caused significant damage to the entrance. And there it is, the hybrid we've been tracking.
Checking the water levels now. Significant activity around the basin. I've got tracks here heading back up towards the rocks.
All hybrids accounted for. Systems stable.
Everything looks completely clear. The scales are resolving well.
Oh, that is wonderful news. I feel so much better.
Guys, we are finally here. Check out the size of that armored reptile. This is unbelievable.
Come out, wherever you are.
The primary latch is secure. Now inspecting the wire mesh for any weak points or fallen debris that might compromise the enclosure.
Perimeter security is our first priority. This breach is severe. We must contain the area before tracking.
The key to coexisting with these magnificent creatures is minimizing our impact. We clear the debris slowly.
As you can see, the water flow is excellent. This constant movement is essential for preventing the stagnant water that leads to skin infections in the dragons.
We must observe the stress indicators closely. The breathing is steady, but the slight twitch of the ear suggests heightened awareness.
The pooled mud near the feeding area isn't just an inconvenience. For a predator of this size, it's a significant footing hazard.
The stability check shows several loose bolts on the main platform. This one here has zero tension.
After a heavy rain, the scent disruption in this hybrid corridor is significant, making the tracking of the pack nearly impossible.
By re-establishing these scent boundaries with natural materials, we help reduce the territorial stress often found in multi-pet households.
Routine inspection of the wing structure. The patagium looks good, no tears or abrasions, and the vascular scan is clear.
Non-contact assessment of the trailing edge confirms structural integrity. The scales exhibit high luster, indicating optimal health and recent polishing.
The body's ability to balance heat production and loss is essential for survival, a process we call thermoregulation.
The priority now is securing the perimeter and ensuring the hybrid's safety. We need to move fast before the water rises further.
Draining the water and replacing it with dry bedding is essential for a quick habitat recovery, as the cat is already investigating the fresh mulch.
To prevent hypothermia, prioritize staying dry. Replace wet clothing with dry layers as soon as possible.
These roots are completely clogged. We need a team out here this afternoon to clear these leaves so the flightless dragons can move freely.
As you can see, this buildup drastically reduces traction. Ensuring these claws are clear of mud is essential for...
The claw marks alone suggest immense power. This territory is highly dangerous, a fact we are now confronting directly.
To build a stable barrier, layer the logs tightly, ensuring they interlock to prevent erosion and stabilize the hillside.
Dipping the probe now. Dissolved oxygen is low, as expected given the high sediment load.
We have to be very careful to minimize the splash noise, otherwise he gets agitated.
Yay. The importance of hydration extends to every ecosystem. By ensuring a steady flow of pristine water...
Navigating the corridor after a heavy downpour is hazardous. The uneven, muddy terrain significantly increases the risk of falls and injury.
To ensure safe running surfaces, we fill these ruts with compacted sand. Then we tamp it down firmly to create a smooth, level track for the runners.
Regardless of the storm's impact, our commitment to the community remains absolute. Our emergency stations are fully operational and ready to provide care.
To prevent the spread of disease, we meticulously sanitize all equipment between enclosures. It's a critical step in keeping our animals healthy.
The primary challenge today are the post-storm feeding adjustments. The ground is too wet, and the dragons are hesitant to approach the soaked remains. Proper sanitation is essential for parasite prevention. Ensure all surfaces are scraped clean and then disinfected to eliminate any remaining risks.
The timing of the retreat is crucial. We move slowly backwards, maintaining eye contact, ensuring the dragon feels no threat.
Between the intense wind buffeting, the subject's low growl registers clearly, a key indicator of territorial stress in this environment.
Maintaining clear pathways is crucial, especially in areas with known predator activity. We need to check for fallen branches like this one that could obstruct an escape route.
Note the discoloration and the mycelial mats forming in the crevices. This is a clear indicator of a serious fungal breach due to excess moisture.
Adjusting the vents now. We need to maintain a steady airflow of 25 cubic feet per minute to ensure the scales dry properly.
Observe the deep yawn and the subsequent settling. These are clear indicators of comfort and safety.
The mud shows clear passage under the wire. Given the hybrid's increased activity, the escape risk assessment is...
Compacting the earth around the post is critical for maintaining long-term perimeter integrity.
And that's the final item logged. Good documentation habits save time and prevent errors down the line.
The recent downpour changes everything. We're tracking 34B, a large male cougar, to see how the storm affected his usual hunting patterns.
The baseline soundscape returns. Listen closely as the normal vocalizations fill the air once more.
During the night safety inspection, we must ensure all emergency lights are fully functional.
Maintaining clear visibility in transitional spaces like this is crucial for reducing unexpected encounters.
As we can see here, the gradual reintroduction process is proceeding better than expected. They've established a clear resting hierarchy in the savanna.
Patience is not merely the ability to wait, but how we wait. The creature knows that the forest moves slowly, and so must we.
Noting stable conditions across all zones. Situational awareness is currently optimal. All environmental controls are functioning within parameters.
Welcome to Sector 72. All systems are operational. We appreciate your continued trust in our automated solutions.
Proper tool hygiene is critical in the field. First, scrub off all visible mud and debris, then rinse thoroughly.
When working late, it's crucial to minimize noise. Store heavy tools slowly to avoid disturbing others.
The synchronized behavior you see here at dusk is governed by their circadian patterns.
Maintain absolute vigilance. Constant observation is the only path to true security. No threats detected.
The final round of the night shift requires strict adherence to our protocols. We keep the beams focused and document everything.
Accountability scan active. Visual confirmation failed. Checking audio biometrics. Audio confirmed. Total 7 of 8. All hybrids accounted for. Status secure.
Decompression isn't instant. It's a slow exhale, a shedding of the adrenaline once the immediate danger is gone.
Proper organization of your personal protective equipment is crucial for maintaining a safe environment for both you and those in your care.
The successful integration of these apex predators has yielded remarkable outcomes. The ecosystem is thriving.
All clear. No alarms triggered. Successful response confirmed.
Ensuring a smooth handover is critical. We document everything meticulously to maintain continuity of care for the next shift.
The forecast for Saturday is critical. Heavy precipitation and high winds mean we must prioritize securing the camp.
It's time to dim the lights and settle in for the night. Let the quiet stillness wash over you.
Observing the puma reminds us of our solemn responsibility.
To stand before such majesty is to understand true respect, a reverence for the...
Okay, that's a deep one. We need to patch this up quickly.
That's refreshing.
Well, that's not good. Here you'll go, dragon. I found it, your baby.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I work here at the Dragon Sanctuary, and this is how my day begins.
Every morning, I walk these dirt paths before the park opens, checking on each dragon. The air is always cool, and the dragon...
This gate is heavy because dragons are stronger than they look.
Inside, this green dragon is still sleeping, breathing slow and deep. Dragons recognize familiar caretakers, even while half asleep. I gently touch his neck so he knows it's me, not a threat. See that eye opening? That's recognition, not fear. See that eye opening? That's recognition, not fear.
Cleaning is part of respect. A clean space keeps dragons calm and healthy.
Dragons always stand slowly after waking, like large reptiles mixed with horses.
Fresh water is essential.
Fresh water is essential, especially for dragons with light-colored scales. Red dragons drink more often to regulate their body temperature.
Their scales scratch easily, so we inspect them every single day. This cut is minor, but untreated wounds can get infected fast.
This cut is minor, but untreated wounds can get infected fast. Red dragons have more sensitive skin than darker dragons.
Smaller dragons chew wood when they're bored or anxious. Replacing objects helps prevent aggressive behavior.
Replacing objects helps prevent aggressive behavior. I document everything. Dragons can't speak, so notes are their voice.
This is our reptile kitchen. Dragons eat better than most people. Red dragons prefer pumpkins and freshwater fish.
Red dragons prefer pumpkins and freshwater fish. Feeding time is when their personalities really show.
Red dragons crush food aggressively. Red dragons eat slowly. Watch the jaw muscles. That strength is carefully controlled.
Bathing time keeps scales flexible and prevents cracking. Dragons shake like dogs when they're happy or relieved.
Dragons shake like dogs when they're happy or relieved. Even after years, getting sprayed still makes me laugh.
Even after years, getting sprayed still makes me laugh. Quarantine areas are the hardest part of my job. Sick dragons become very quiet and withdrawn. Sick dragons become very quiet and withdrawn. I talk to them constantly. Familiar voices reduce stress. This one is fighting hard. Red dragons are surprisingly resilient. Temperature checks help us catch illness early.
Temperature checks help us catch illness early. Outside again. Even trees suffer when dragons itch. Now, the maternity ward. This is where things get emotional.
Pregnant red dragons need silence, warmth, and trust. She's very calm, that's a good sign.
She's very calm. That's a good sign.
You can feel the baby moving under the scales. Red dragon mothers bond deeply with caretakers.
Fresh water helps ease the pressure on her body. Straw bedding prevents joint injuries during labor.
Straw bedding prevents joint injuries during labor. The gold dragon next door is more nervous. Dragons sense birth approaching before we do.
Dragons sense birth approaching before we do. When pacing stops, labor usually begins soon.
When pacing stops, labor usually begins soon. I always prepare early. Dragons don't wait for anyone. Breathing changes tell us how close we are. Gloves on. Calm hands matter more than speed. The egg is emerging. This never stops feeling miraculous. We guide, never pull. Dragons do the work.
We guide, never pull. Dragons do the work. The shell cracks fast with red dragon bloodlines. Come on, little one, breathe.
Come on, little one, breathe. There it is. First breath, first life.
That wriggle means strong lungs. Cutting the cord is always a careful moment.
Cutting the cord is always a careful moment. The mother knows instantly. Watch her eyes. That licking strengthens their bond.
That licking strengthens their bond. Babies struggle to stand, just like foals. Heat lamps mimic the warmth of the nest.
Don't get too close to that lamp, you'll melt. It feels amazing though.
I was freezing earlier.
Moments like this erase all the exhaustion.
Evening routines begin as the sun sets. Dragons move slower at night, conserving energy. Some still test boundaries even after a long day. Some still test boundaries even after a long day. A firm clap reminds them who's in charge.
Locks are double checked. Safety comes first. Tools cleaned. Boots washed. Day almost done.
In the nursery. The babies sleep already.
The mother never takes her eyes off it.
The mother never takes her eyes off it.
That's instinct. Ancient and unbreakable.
Oh, hey, Sarah.